Peace. Shalom. Now, what we're going to deal with is whoever sent it, we sending it back. Let's go right here. Right here in Exodus chapter 15, it says, Then sang Moses and the children of Yasharal and this song unto Yahweh, and spake, saying, I will sing unto Yahweh, for he hath triumphed gloriously, the horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. Right here in verse 2, it has the same capital letter Lord as verse 1. But if you would notice that there is a different concordance number behind this Lord, capital, and this Lord, capital. It says here, Yah is my strength and song. He is become my Yeshua. He is my all. And I will prepare him an habitation, my father's Elohim. And I will exalt him. We need to stop right here for a second. Because as you can see, you're being introduced to Yah. Now, you wouldn't know this just reading your standard English Bible. If I remove these numbers away, you would think that this Lord and that Lord, that basically they are all the same. But what we're showing here is that aside from Yahuwah, which is H3068, we have Yah, H3050. Let's go on down. It says, Yahuwah is a man of war. Yahuwah is his name. Now, you're going to learn and find out that there's never been a time that Yah, H3050, is without Yahuwah, H3068. We finna put in some work now. So let's go over here to chapter. We're going to go to chapter 17. Let's go to 17. We're going to go down here to verse number 16. It says once again, for he said, because Yah have sworn. Stop. So now, from what this is saying, Yah can talk. Because it's saying that Yah have sworn. H3050 has sworn that H3068 Yahuwah will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Let's back up though. I'm giving you a little something on Yah, but we're going to back up to Shemot chapter 3. Let's go right here. Y'all saying, man, what is he doing? He's showing two. One sec. Okay. Peace, Shana. Now, right here in Shemot chapter 3, verse 1, we're going to deal with this off the rip. It says, now Moshe kept the flock of Yithro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb. We got to stop right here. We don't need to go no further. Because right here, without this concordance numbers out here, you are thinking that this mountain belongs to a singular God. Got him again. But the word here is that he came to the mountain of Elohim. Yep. And it says here, and the Malach of Yahuwah appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. Remember, we're on the mountain of Elohim, so we must expect something of plurality. And dealing with the truth, it only takes two for it to be plural. So it says, and the Malach of Yahuwah appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I would now turn aside to see this great sight, while the bush is not burnt. And when Yahuwah saw, stop right there, because now Yahuwah's on the scene. Now I'm gonna go back up here to the top. Now read it in its English. It's gonna tell you that this is the mountain of a singular God. Got him again. Because right here, your mind has been locked. Now your mind has been locked with this being the mountain of a singular God. But when you go to the text, this word is Elohim. Pressure. We're going to keep on going. We're going to go down here to verse number 4. It says, and when Yahuwah saw that, he turned aside to see, stop. So Yahuwah's on the scene. Now it's going to say, Elohim called unto him from out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, here am I. We need to go right here to verse 4. Because verse 4 is going to denote that the mountain of Elohim is plural, and we see that Yahuwah's on the scene, H3068. Now we see that Elohim is calling from the midst of the bush. Now we're going to go up here to verse 2, where it says, and the Malach of Yahuwah appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. Right here is denoting that Yahuwah is not in the bush. It's saying that the Malach of Yahuwah is in the bush. So remember, this is not the mountain of a singular God. This is the mountain of Elohim, which is plural. It only takes two to be plural. So we're going to go on down. It tells you that Elohim called unto him out of the midst of the bush. So now Moses is saying that the Malach of Yahuwah, or whom you all who use the English language, the angel of the Lord, Moses is saying that this is Elohim. So we know who H3068 is. We know that's Yahuwah. So let's go to Psalm 68 and 4. Let's get the name of Elohim. Psalm 68 and 4. Right here. Psalm 68 and 4 says right here, sing unto Elohim, not God. He's never without Yah. There's never been a time that Yah has been without Yahuwah. Just know that. Right here, we get in Elohim's name. It says, sing unto Elohim. Sing praises to his name. Extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Yah. Stop right there, H3050. Got him again. Now they telling you in this verse right here, Psalm 68 and 4, that Elohim has a name, and his name is Yah. And rejoice before him. A father of the fatherless, right here, is letting you know that that Yah is always with the Abba. A father of the fatherless, a judge of the widows, and is Elohim in his Quadash habitation. Let's go down here to verse, I think, 18. Right here. Thou hast ascended on high. Thou hast led captivity captive. Thou hast received gifts for men, for the rebellious also, that Yah Elohim might dwell among them. Stop right there. Don't go no further. Because now we showing that back in Shemot chapter 3, we are showing that Yah in Psalm 68:18, that Yah is Elohim. We're showing that right here. That Yah Elohim might dwell among them. Okay. It says, blessed be the Adonai who daily loaded us with benefits, even the all, H410. This is singular. H410. This is not Elohim. This is H410. H430 is Elohim. That is the plurality. So even the all of our salvation, Salah. He that is our all is the all of salvation. And unto Yahuwah, H3069 is dealing with some pronunciation here. The Adonai belong the issues from death, but Elohim shall wound the head of his enemies, and the hairy scalp of such and one as goeth on still in his trespasses. Okay. So we're dealing with Yah right now. So we know that Elohim's name is Yah. Let's go to Genesis. Well, let's go down here to Shemot chapter 3. Let's go to verse 14. Very controversial verse. I started. We'll keep going. Verse 6. Moreover, he said, I am the Elohim of thy father, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, the Elohim of Yaakov. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look up on Elohim. And Yahuwah said, so Moses is afraid to look on Elohim because we know that Yahuwah is the all. Yahuwah said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters. For I know their sorrows, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Yasharal is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Yasharal, out of Egypt. And Moses said unto Elohim, who am I, that I should go unto Pharaoh, that I should bring forth the children of Yasharal out of Egypt? And he said, certainly I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve Elohim upon this mountain. And Moses said unto Elohim, behold, when I come unto the children of Yasharal, shall say unto them, the Elohim of your fathers hath sent me unto you. They shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them. Okay. And Elohim said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Yasharal, I am has sent me unto you. We need to stop right here for a second, people. Because this word here, which I am that I am, is not what's spoken to Moses. The word is Hayah. Hayah. And Elohim said unto Moses, moreover, said moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Yasharal, Yahuwah, Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, the Elohim of Jacob, has sent me unto you. This is my name forever. This is my memorial unto all generations. A lot of people think that Hayah is the name, but it says right here in verse number 15, and Elohim said, moreover, meaning it's more to the conversation of verse 14. Very controversial verse right here. A lot of people thinks the name is I am that I am in English and Hayah in Hebrew. But if they keep reading, when you get to verse 15, it says, and Elohim said, moreover. That means there's more to the story. Unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel. Remember, up here, the children of Israel want to know the name in verse number 13. And it says right here, and shall say unto them. What shalt you say unto them? Let's go back down here to 15. And Elohim said, moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Yasharal, the same shalt say to them unto the children of Yasharal in verse number 13. It tells you right here that Yahuwah, Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, has sent me unto you. This is my name forever. This is my memorial unto all generations. Let's deal with Hayah, to go ahead and put to bed that Hayah is not the name. We're going to go ahead and put to bed that Hayah is not the name. Let's go right here to Bereshit, chapter 1, verse 3. We'll start at verse 1. In the beginning, Elohim created the Shamaim and the Eretz. And the Eretz, or earth, was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Ruach of Elohim moved upon the face of the waters. And Elohim said, let there be. Right here, this word let there be is Hayah. The same Hayah that you're going to read about in chapter 3, verse 14 of Shemot or Exodus. So, and Elohim said, let there be light, and there was light. We want to deal right here with 1961. This is what we're going to deal with. Because 1961 is Hayah. Okay, hold on 1 second. I want to go ahead and put the bed here. If you pay attention to the bottom of your screen, it tells you that it is a primitive root to exist, that is to be or become, come to pass, always emphatic, not a mere copula or auxiliary, a beacon. Altogether, beak is not saying nowhere that this 1961 is a name. It's very profound that we showing what was spoken in Shemot, Exodus chapter 3, verse 14, Hayah. It's very profound that we've been brought with this information to bring this out, that Hayah was spoken of right here by Elohim. It's not a name, it's a powerful word that's used to make things manifest, like light or in the Hebrew. So we know that Hayah was a spoken word per Genesis chapter 1, verse 3, because Elohim said Hayah or, and there was or. Okay. Hayah. Okay. Let's go to Isaiah 11. Let's go read 20. Right here. It says, behold, all is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. For Yahuwah is my strength and song. He is also become my Yeshua. This is powerful. Because right here in Shemot chapter 12, verse 2, it says, behold, all is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. For Yah, H3050, for Yahuwah, H3068, is my strength and song, and he has also become my Yeshua. And honestly, if anybody out there can crack that code, come on down. Something ain't right. I posted the link in the comments if anyone want to come backstage or whatever. You know how it go. As you know, I'm trying to get comfortable doing this this thing here. So if anyone want to come up, you know, you can rewind the last 15 minutes of this video. You can watch that if you want to. If you got questions or anything like that, we can get to it. Now I'm gonna put this information out every day, because I honestly know the people who actually got the information that I used to have when I was younger. You're not gonna put that out. Over here, it's getting put out. Let you know that now. We finna attack what you think you know out of an English book. This is why this is called Return to Sender. Come on with it. Like I say, the link to come up is in the comments for those who want to come up. What I know, we gonna bring it out for everybody to see it. That's what we doing. You want to check it, you want to run it down, you can go back, rewind it, watch the videos, and holler at me. All right, take your time. Yeah, I'm yeah. Yeah, give me a second. We'll get off into more of what Yah does. We now have identified the angel of whom you call the Lord, which in the Hebrew it is the Malach of Yahuwah. We've just showed you that the Malach of Yahuwah is Yah. Yeah, we just showed you. And then here in just a second, we're gonna go to hold on. We're gonna go to Barashita, Genesis chapter 16, to show you that the Malach of Yahuwah, whom you all call the angel of the Lord, we're gonna show you that he has authority. Because we just showed you that the Malach of Yahuwah in Exodus chapter 3 is Elohim. And we went to Psalms chapter 68 and 4, and showed you the name of Elohim, and his name is Yah. Deal with it. And I'll give you one. We can go to Genesis or Bereshit chapter 16, verse 10. It says, and the Malach of Yahuwah said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly. Let me put that on the screen for some more cuts deluxe. Put that on the screen for some more cuts. You might need to get your band-aids out. Let's go to Genesis chapter 16, verse 10. Hold on one second. It's on your screen. We just showed you that the Malach of Yahuwah is Yah. Let's go to Genesis chapter 16. So we can back up now. Now that we know that Elohim and the Malach of Yahuwah is Yah, we can back up and read this thing way more clear. What I heard is 16 and 7. It says, and the Malach of Yahuwah found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain in the way to Shur. And he said, Hagar, Sarah's maid, whence camest thou, and whither wilt thou go? And said, I flee from the face of my mistress Sarai. And the Malach of Yahuwah said unto her, return to thy mistress, submit thyself under her hands. Look at verse 10. And the Malach of Yahuwah said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for a multitude. And the Malach of Yahuwah said unto her, behold, thou art with child, and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because Yahuwah hath heard thy affliction. Stop right there. So now we showing you that the Malach of Yahuwah has authority. And we also showing you that the Malach of Yahuwah, which is Elohim in the burning bush, per Moses, Exodus chapter 3. And we go to Psalm 68 and 4, and we show you the name of Elohim is Yah, because we already know that Yahuwah is the Father. And he is the All Shaddai, the All Elyon, the All. H410 in your strong concordance for those of you who like a little bit of technical knowledge out there. We ain't no top ones. I go around to a lot of these platforms, listening to them talk. They wrestling over English words. Top waters. They doing it for content. They don't want to know the truth. They doing it for content. That's why they ain't going deep off in this thing. So let's keep on going right here. Let's go back to Psalm. This is what they're not going to show you, people. They're not showing you this stuff because they want you to have this theology in your head that Jesus is God. Give me 1 second. But we already know, as we see right here in Psalm 68 and 4, that it says that Jah is God. We'll let that pin them down. We'll let this pin them down. They want to say Jesus is God. And per their English language in Psalm 68 and 4, Jah is God. Not no Jesus. That's why I say people must be inherently wicked, because as you see, that it's telling you in Psalm 68 and 4 that in per your English language, that God's name is Jah, not Jesus. Holy mackerel. Matter of fact, let me go make my salmon croquet this morning and get my foot off the necks of these people this morning.
Grand Rising.
Peace.
Peace. What up, though?
What's going on?
Nothing much. Just left the other planet.
You got backstage news. We'll go backstage. Oh, give me 1 second. Oops. Okay.